Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Coach Curt Cignetti Show. Jack Benedict with you as we talk IUP Crimson Hawks football, and the team with a resounding 42-14 win at Clarion last week, putting the record at 7-2, now 4-2 in the PSAC West with a couple of games in the regular season to go. Coach, it was good to, and it's always good to get off to a good start, and that's exactly what happened in the game against Clarion. You came out, you were quick, up-tempo, and you scored a couple of touchdowns right away.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. Got off to a fast start at Mercyhurst, and same things Saturday. Had two really good offensive drives, a 14-play, 81-yard drive, and a 9-play, 74-yard drive. Defense stopped them 3 and out the first 2 series. We're up 14-0 before you know it, and so, you know, we're 2 for 2. Hopefully we make it 3 for 3 this week with fast starts.
Yeah, that really helps a lot. And you went back to basics. The rocket and the offensive line, and you pounded, and you got you got some points quickly.
Yeah, we really challenged the offensive line this week in practice. I thought Clarion's strength was their defensive line. We really played well up front, probably our best game of the year. You know, we've had back-to-back good games up front since we got Matt Sasson back at center and been able to move Mike Charmo back to right guard. So it's nice to see us functioning well again up front, because that's where it all begins for us, you know, our style of play. Our run game was really good. I thought Rocket ran really hard. Our receivers blocked very well. You know, it takes all 11 guys to make explosive plays in the run game. And I could tell early on that we were getting good push up front. Rocket was hitting the holes, and we were blocking the guys downfield. So I felt pretty good about the way it started.
Then you got some help, too, of course, along the way, because the fumble, well, it was a forced fumble, I guess, by Jordan Batts, I think is who we got. And then, of course, Carl Fleming comes up with a ball that gives you, the defense picks it up for your offense, and you moved on from there.
Yeah, that's right, because, you know, Clarion actually had sort of a little bit of momentum going. They scored to make it 14-7, had the ball again on a nice drive, missed a field goal. We were 3 or 4 and out on offense, and defense was back on the field in the second quarter. And third down play, about 3rd and 11, Jordan Batts put good pressure on the quarterback, forced the fumble. Carl Fleming came up with the play. And, you know, we ran a little fake reverse pass that we hadn't shown. We've run quite a few reverses here lately, and safety bid on it, so it was an easy touchdown. And next thing you know, we're back on the field on defense, and another 3rd down play. You know, we get an interception by Marco Pecora on a ball that was tipped by Eric Williams, and get great downfield blocking by everybody on defense, and we have a 45-yard interception return for a touchdown. So a 14-7 game that was really turning into a pretty close contest, all of a sudden was 28-7. And, you know, we go in the locker room with a nice lead and come out first series of second half and score on offense, so now you're up 35-7, and you're starting to think about getting other guys in the game and, you know, things like that.
Yeah, special teams play. You got the good kickoff return there from Pat Brewer, 51 yards. That helped to set it up too.
Yeah, that was huge to start the second half. Pat, we had great blocking. Pat really hit the hole. I thought he might score on it, but it was a 51-yard return. A lot of people don't kick to us anymore because we've done a good job with our return game. And then the offense went in 46 yards in 6 plays. So, you know, that gave us a comfortable lead. And, you know, from there, you know, we picked up another turnover. Eric Williams got another interception. So, you know, we won the turnover battle 3-0, which is always huge. And we did a great job on 3rd down, too, as a defense. You know, we stopped them. They were 5 of 15 on 3rd down. I think we had 8 or 9 tackles for loss. So overall, it was pretty solid performance.
I like what Akeem Smith said, because they had to go to 3 quarterbacks. You know, of course, Ben Fiskus was out, so the freshman Darrell Carson plays. Then he hurts his hand, so he has to leave. The other fellow gets hurt. They have to go to the Wildcat. He said, it didn't matter to us. We don't care who's in there. You know, we're playing the same all the time.
Yeah, and we've turned it up front. We're playing better right now on the defensive line. We've got kind of our guys back and healthy, which is pretty much true of our team right now. And so we just got to keep building on it and get better this week.
Cornerback spot's been a problem injury-wise for you. Anything new on the development there? You've gone with Michael Merriweather, the senior, has been in there for the most part the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Mike's done a really nice job for us too. He's got a lot of experience, had a big interception against Mercyhurst. You know, Jay Watkins is still nursing that groin injury. We'll see how he is this week in practice. We got James Griffin backing up there right now. So, you know, Gannon is a team that will throw the football and has had success throwing the football, so we're going to need, you know, all the help we can get back there.
Yeah, let's go back to the depth factor. We talked about the Rocket. You got a chance to play Izzy Green. You got a chance to play Eric Finkley. All of them produced for you, really, in one way or another.
Yeah. Well, they're all good players. And, Rocket had a big day. He's close to 1,000 yards on the season. He had about 130 rushing on Saturday. But we were able to get Eric Finkley and Izzy Green 14 carries each. And they had nice yardage also. And then, in addition to that, we were able to get, Stevie Franco in the game through a touchdown pass. And Logan Weaver got in the game and was able to complete a couple passes too. So we didn't quite empty the bench, but a lot of guys saw some valuable playing time.
On the quarterbacks, with getting all three in, was that your thought process, even like going into the game, that if we do in fact get a big enough lead, I'd like to use all three guys?
Well, the way the game went, Stevie Franco's been getting the reps with the twos, and it's hard to rep three quarterbacks in practice because of limited, repetitions.
Sure.
But once Stevie got in there and had some success through the touchdown pass to Drew Carswell, I then wanted to get Logan in, who, we've talked about him before, did a really nice job in camp and then got hurt, and that set him back a little bit. So even though he didn't get many reps in practice, I knew that he had a good feel for the offense and could go in there and function. And I figured any snaps he can get right now, game time's only going to help him for next year.
Yeah. Also on the offense, Dom Maggio was out, and that's something we haven't said for a couple of years because he's normally in there. Nick Dubowski did a nice job, freshman for you.
Yeah, he sure did. That was kind of a game time surprise to me. Dom got a little stinger in practice, and he had lost some strength, since Wednesday there. So, and Lance Windish had gotten hurt in practice too, our backup fullback. So Nick Dubowski, who was on the trip, thank God, started at fullback and played a lot and actually did a really nice job blocking. And, he's a good prospect from Erie Cathedral Prep. He's about 245 pounds. So, he went in there and we didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, that worked out well for you. We talked about some of the players and the depth on this team. Ali Muhammad couldn't go for you.
Right.
We talked about Jordan Batts, how he came in. You're rotating those guys up front. It's a long football season, let's face it. And you've got game 10 coming up and hopefully more to play.
Right.
So you need it from each and every one of these players.
Well, look, we couldn't be where we are today if we didn't have depth because, going in this game, we had lost 48 games by starters due to injury. And that would decimate a lot of football teams. Fortunately, we do have pretty good depth. And so we were able to overcome those injuries. We actually got a couple more guys nicked up in the Clarion game. Hopefully we'll get them back this week against Gannon. But the guys that went into play did a nice job.
Let's talk about the seniors because it is the final home game against Gannon at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And, you always rely on your veteran players.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have a lot of nice thoughts about these guys.
Oh, no doubt. We got some great guys in this senior class. And I told our team before the game, because this was Clarion's senior day. And I told our team, every game we play right now is our senior day. That these guys are fighting for an opportunity to play more. And you've got some guys that played a lot of football. Byron Davalis, Nick Carnicella, Mike Charmo, Terrell Barnes, Mike Box, DeAntoine Williams, Akeem Smith, Tyler Dummermuth, Larry Gooden,
Pat
Brewer, Carl Fleming.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Terrell Holloway.
Yeah, Terrell Holloway, yes, exactly.
I know I'm forgetting somebody. But, we've got a lot of games played by seniors here. They've won a lot of football games, had a lot of success. I really hope that we can kind of just keep improving as a team and, find a way to finish the season strong and sneak into the playoffs because I think, if we can, I think we can make a good run.
This is going to be interesting. We haven't really talked on camera too much about the playoff situation. There are 2 games remaining for the teams. You need to win both. There's no question you need to go 9-2. But who knows what can happen? And it seems as though this team is on a mission now, that it learned something a couple of weeks ago, and you can tell, and also the comments that they make, the way they're playing this game.
Yeah. Well, we're playing good right now, and we just need to continue to improve. And there's some things that need to happen with some teams ranked ahead of us in the region, but there are things that could happen too, because some of the teams ranked ahead of us have some real difficult games left. So, if we're able to take care of business this week and next week, I think there's a pretty good chance we could slide in there. And, it's a little bit outside our control in terms of what other people do, but it's definitely within our control what we do. And, we'll just see what happens.
Okay, now it's no picnic for the next 2 weeks, and we know that. Gannon, they've got some talent. It's crazy because they beat Slippery Rock early in the year. I know the weather was bad and so on. They get blown out by, who was it, Mercyhurst, by 30 points. But they do have talent, and they do have a good runner in Jansen Jones. Your approach to this particular game?
Well, Gannon's a very dangerous team. I mean, we all remember going up there last year, the 10th game of the year, and beating 38-35, scoring at the end to win the game. And they've got a big quarterback, about 6'7", that can run and throw. Their running back averages 150 yards a game. They got 3 quality receivers. They can run it and they can throw it. It all starts with their offense, and it all starts with their run game. And we're going to have to do a great job of trying to shut down and slow down the run game and then contain the pass. On defense, they've struggled a little bit. They're giving up some points. Generally, teams that are in that position do a lot of different things on defense to try to stop the run first. They're no different. We'll see 9 guys in the box at times. But we'll have to execute. So this is going to be a big challenge. Gannon is a little bit of a strange team, like you said. They beat Slippery Rock, which was a great win for them. They've played extremely well in some games. The Mercyhurst game, that's a rivalry game.
Sure.
A little bit like us in Slippery Rock. And Mercyhurst jumped on them, and they just didn't respond. And but they're a very scary football team. They really are. And we're going to have to play really well.
Yeah. Well, it'll be an exciting thing. It seems like this team's been on the road. Your club's been on the road for a long time here. It'd be nice to come back home, get the fans in. I know they always try to salute the veterans on this particular day, and with Senior Day and all. There's just no question. And I think the other thing, too, probably that enters into this, Coach, is the fact is, boy, that doggone Edinburgh game at home, that shouldn't happen at home, right?
Yeah, I would like to, leave a good taste in everybody's mouth. Our last home game, and our last home game was a little bit of a clunker. I mean, let's face it. We had won a lot of games here at home.
Sure.
It hadn't been beat, and it was a surprise to everybody, and it happened. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, I think to finish at home with a nice performance, that'll be one of our goals this week for sure.
Well, the team should be in the right frame of mind. All indications are they've been practicing real well the last couple of weeks too, haven't they?
Yeah, excellent. Our focus has been great. I feel like our unity is stronger than ever, and hopefully this week we can ratchet it up another level.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just, no matter what the weather, come on out and see this game. Coach, good luck to you.
Thanks, Jack.
Gannon University, the Golden Knights will be in town. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff at Frank Cignetti Field at George P. Miller Stadium. We'll have the radio TV coverage for you this weekend, and come on out, salute the seniors, and see if IUP can take another step here as we head in the home stretch. For Coach Cignetti, it's Jack Benedict. Have a nice evening.